Hello viewers, this is Dr. Sangeeta Datta, consultant psychiatrist, and today we shall talk about rape. Rape has been on the increase, on the rise in the last few years in India. All of us know about the Nirbhaya incident which happened in Delhi quite a few years back, and ever since we have been hearing about rape happening here and there, and especially in the northeast it's been on the rise, or perhaps rape has been reported more often. And it is not that before Nirbhaya rape never happened, but people were more hesitant to report rape, and nowadays people have come out and they're reporting rape much more often, and that's why we get to know about it much more often. Rape is a condition where a person, usually a man actually forces himself sexually on a female and on a woman and or a minor, and tries to have sex or has sex or sexual intercourse, which can be penetrative sex or maybe some other form of sex which may be non-penetrative with the other person. As I told you earlier, here the other person has not given consent to this relationship or is not in a state to give consent because he or she is a minor. And rape is not normal because rape is usually performed, or rape is usually, the person who is the perpetrator who actually rapes someone else suffers from one kind of paraphilia or one kind of sexual perversion which is called sexual sadism. In normal sexual relationships between two people, two consenting adults, both of them give mutual consent to the relationship and both of them enjoy the relationship and derive pleasure out of the relationship. But in rape, one person enjoys the relationship, enjoys the act, but the other person suffers. Other person is in pain. And the very fact that this person is in pain makes the other person enjoy and get more and more pleasure out of the act. So it is definitely abnormal. It is a paraphilia. It is sadism. Sometimes rape can happen in the form of gang rape when more than two people rape one particular individual or one particular woman or a girl or a minor. And in gang rape, there's a slight difference between gang rape in what happens in the psychology of people who rape in a gang and who rape individually. We see that people who rape individually, they're basically paraphilic, they have a sexual perversion and they keep fantasizing about raping someone, and they start looking for a victim, and as soon as they find the victim, they rape the victim if possible. However, in gang rape, which usually involves some younger teenaged males, they do not usually fantasize about raping an individual. It happens impulsively. Rape mostly happens when the rapist or the rapist, they are intoxicated, either due to alcohol or some other substance, abusive substance. And in case of gang rape, sometimes it's peer pressure is a huge factor. Maybe in a gang, one particular individual sees a vulnerable woman or a girl and wants to rape that individual, so initiates the process. But there can be one or two people who are against this and they do not want to, they try to resist. But because of peer pressure, they think that they'll be laughed at, they'll be mocked at, so they try to follow they try to flow with the tide. And that is how rape happens. Everybody gets involved in the rape, though not everyone believed in it. So it is again a part of mob psychology. Rape always leaves behind a scar, permanent scar, often in the minds and the bodies of the people who have been raped, the victims. Of course, physically there can be injuries which can be very serious at times, so that needs to be taken into account and that needs to be addressed. Sexually transmitted diseases like HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis can also happen, and that needs to be taken into account too. And psychological damage in the form of acute stress reaction, post-traumatic stress disorder, or let's say depression, anxiety, substance abuse, personality disorders, trust issues in relationships later can affect such victims. Therefore, victims need counseling and sometimes psychiatric treatment so that they can come back to normalcy and live a near normal life or a normal life. Rape is one thing which none of us should tolerate. A lot of rape also happens in marriages, which is called marital rape. Through this video, I'd like to request all of you that please report rape if it has happened. It is very unfortunate that in our society, when rape happens, sometimes the woman is blamed, her character is assassinated, her dress pattern is discussed, etc. But please don't worry, there are many other people who are more sensitive, and only when all of us raise our voices can we actually become a forum to raise voices, and we can actually create a difference in the society. So never ever tolerate rape, report rape, and get the rapist punished. It is abnormal, and it is abnormal psychology. Do remember to like this video or subscribe this video, and we promise to come back with another interesting topic. Till then, take care.